Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and today I want to talk about some of the upcoming games for Nintendo Switch that I am super excited for. You guys know me, I love my Nintendo Switch, I ramble on about it enough, it's probably my favourite console of all time, and I play a lot of games on my Switch. Some of those I don't always cover on the channel, some of them I just play in my own time, but there are some cool games coming up in this month, the month of April, and I figured, why not talk about those? Why not kind of put together my top 5 games that are launching for Switch in April, for those of you that perhaps are wondering what's coming up, what you should have your eye on, then yeah, there's definitely some really good games in here, so sit tight, hold on to your hats, and let me know in the comments down below what games you are most looking forward to, if you guys are really picking up any of these, and of course, if you have any more that you are watching that perhaps I didn't mention. Also, if you guys want a chance to win a Nintendo Switch, don't forget to click that link in the description box down below. We kicked off a brand new giveaway for this month. The Pokemon Let's Go winner has been announced, contacting that has been sent out. We're now kicking off a brand new one for the Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Switch, so get involved if you haven't done so already. But we're kicking things off by talking about Katana Zero, because this game looks so good. I feel like this section, I could probably just stop talking and just let you watch the trailer, because, yo, this game is awesome. If you had to describe it, then the game is in this sort of neo-noir setting. It's super stylish, fast-paced, hectic combat. There is an instant death mechanic, which isn't completely clear right now. I'm not entirely sure how it works. There's some kind of rewind mechanic. We'll find that out, and I kind of like the fact that I'm going into it with a surprise element to it. But the way the levels have been designed, they have all been handcrafted. There are multiple different ways to complete them. You can take advantage of all your stylish combat abilities when fighting enemies. You can deflect bullets, which is really cool. You can then go into like bullet time, slow time, dodge when you want to avoid incoming attacks. And I feel like just watching the trailer, watching just how well everything flows, the pacing, the audio, yeah, I appreciate it's a trailer, they're going to make it look cool. It's probably not going to look that cool when I play it, but I feel like when you watch it, it kind of just paints the picture for these levels that you're going to want to run again and again and again, because the fact that you can complete the level in different ways, and as you get better at the game with your combat and whatnot, then of course you'll learn to improve, you'll learn to take out enemies more efficiently. I can kind of see this being a game that will be really fun to watch someone speedrun, just because when you get really good, you're going to go through the stage and you are going to absolutely destroy it. So yeah, this, I mean, it ticks all the boxes to me. Like, I love ninjas, samurai, that kind of thing. I love, you know, pixel art, action platformers. Basically, it ticks all the boxes of games that I like. It's on Switch, it's portable, I can take it with me anywhere it goes, and it launches on April 18th. So I have actually already pre-ordered it on my Switch. I bought it myself the second it was announced on the Nintendo Direct. The second it became available, I've got it downloaded and I'm ready to press go as soon as April 18th hits. However, while we are talking about April 18th, we might as well also talk about Cuphead, which I am super looking forward to playing. I actually first played Cuphead way back when it was first announced on Xbox. In fact, I kind of remember playing Cuphead almost like 2 years in a row at E3 at Xbox, and I was like, yo, is this game ever going to come out? It finally came out. It's a fantastic game, but I will be honest, I've never finished it because, honestly, it's one of those games that when it landed on Xbox, I mean, you know, great platform and everything like that, but I was like, that kind of just feels like a Nintendo game, man. It just feels like it belongs there. So the fact that it's now on Switch, I think it will kind of give me the opportunity to finish it, because these kind of games, those sort of like action platformers, that kind of thing, I tend to play them more so either in handheld mode, or if ever I'm traveling, like if ever I go to like E3 or go on business trips, then I play my Switch there, and that's where I complete some of the, you know, indie titles and some of the smaller titles. So I feel like being on a home console, being on Xbox is why I kind of never got around to finishing it. So the fact that it's now going to be on Switch, I have no excuse. All right, this next one. Now, don't judge me, all right, but I love a good farming game. And there's a game called My Time at Portilla. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's coming out on April 16th, so a couple of days before Katana Zero. And I know it's been out before. It's not brand new. It's, I think it's on PS4, something like that. I think it's got some, you know, decent reviews and whatnot, but I really like my farming games. Like, back in the day, I spent so many hours on Harvest Moon on the GameCube. That is probably one with the fondest memories. It's also got the saddest memories. I have this really sad save file, and there's a reason I never continue playing it on the GameCube. It's because when I load my save file, the goat, which you can only buy at one time of the year from the guy in the market, dies. So I tried to reload, but then every time I load, it's kind of just at the start of that scene. So basically, I stopped playing so that technically speaking, my goat is still alive. That's a true story. There is a GameCube with a memory card somewhere where if you boot that up, there'll be a goat that dies. So it's kind of grim. Point is, I love my farming games, and I know a lot of you guys will be like, well, if you like farming games, why are you not playing Stardew Valley? I don't know why, but I just can't get on with Stardew Valley. I tried it, I really did, and it just didn't click with me. For some reason, I completely understand why people love it. It looks like a fantastic game, but I've just tried to play it and it just doesn't click with me. However, this one does look really cool. I love the art style for it. It's of course got all the stuff you would expect from, you know, typical farming game. You can go out and gather, you can of course get livestock, but on top of that you have a workshop, you can build machines, and you can go out and you can explore dungeons, so you actually do battling as well. So it's kind of like RPG meets farm sim, and I like that concept. I don't know much about it, and I kind of purposefully haven't looked too much into it beyond like the initial trailer, but I've got a few friends that have actually played it quite a lot when it first came out. They said it's a fantastic game, and now that it's on Switch, I kind of have a pretty good excuse, so I figure I might pick it up and see if that can fill my Harvest Moon farming void. However, looking more towards the end of the month, April 23rd, we have Dragon's Dogma. Yo, Dragon's Dogma, I played it when it first came out back in 2012, and I love that game. It was really good. It was flawed, it was nowhere near perfect, but it had some really great concepts. I played as the guy with the double daggers. Bear in mind, it's been a long time since I played, so I forgot all and any names. I remember the first time you climb on the griffin, you just start hacking away. It's really cool. It's one of those games that I do always wish had like a proper multiplayer. I know you can kind of borrow characters from other people's worlds, but you know what I mean. I want to actually have like a load in with everybody, play together kind of thing. But regardless, it is a game that I never got around to finishing. Back when it first came out, I can't remember the finer details, but basically when it first came out, traveling around the world was a right pain, because I think you were quite limited at launch on the kind of stones you could use to fast travel, and I remember it being a big problem point, and I think it's something they patched in later on. I think like the later version of Dragon's Dogma had improved travel and kind of fast travel and stuff to make it a lot easier to get around the world. Point being, it took a long time to get from point A to point B in that game, so as much as I liked it, there were kind of a few parts of it that were a little bit of a slog, but again, being on handheld, being a game that I would like to revisit. You know, I like the core foundation, I like the core gameplay, I liked all those elements like that, so it is a game that I have fond memories of, and again, being on Switch, it's a chance to jump back in, and I am completely down with that. Plus, I'm trying to kind of stack all these games because admittedly, yes, there's a lot right now to play. You know, I'm busy right now with a ton of different games, but there will invariably be, and there invariably always is, a point of the year where normally after E3, things go quiet for a little bit, where people have been like, they've announced their games, and they kind of just sort of go quiet while they're finishing them off before the end of the year, and that quiet time is when it's really good to have a load of games banked up, so you can be like, you know what, I can finish them. Obviously I want to start now, but it's also nice just to kind of like pile these onto my Switch and, you know, have them ready for then. And of course the last game is Mortal Kombat 11. Now, a lot of you guys might be like, well, hold on a minute, why are you picking it up on Switch? I mean, it's not the most powerful machine. And honestly, for me, I've never really been a graphics guy. Like, I can appreciate good graphics, I appreciate, you know, amazing looking worlds, things like that, but for me, that's never really been the first port of call. I'm always like, gameplay first, graphics second. That's just me. Maybe it's because I grew up as a Nintendo kid and I've always valued like gameplay elements above anything else, but for me, when I get it on Switch, because I like having my fighting games on my Switch. I've got a ton of fighting games on Switch. I've got BlazBlue, I've got Smash Brothers, I've got Dragon Ball FighterZ, there's like Pocket Fighter, Pocket Rumble, or whatever it's called. Point is, there's a lot of fighting games on Switch. I like it because obviously being a portable console, again, it means whenever you take it with you somewhere, invariably if you are hanging out with your friends, it's just a lot easier to kind of have it as like the portable fighting game machine. So I'm gonna pick it up on there. It's been a while since I've dived properly into a Mortal Kombat game. Obviously I had a chance to check out Mortal Kombat 11 earlier on this year. I uploaded some gameplay for that, and obviously we had some during the beta, so definitely enjoy that, but I'm definitely gonna be playing it on Switch just because I feel like I'll get more time personally invest in the game if I can play it on the go versus obviously having to just play it at a home console. So that's kind of it. They are the games that I'm most looking forward to in the month of April. For my Nintendo Switch, there will be the games that I am personally going to be picking up, and especially Katana Zero. Of all of those, if I can only get one, if you're like, hey, you know what, a lot of these games look cool, which one should I get? I mean, for me, I haven't played Katana Zero, but from what I've seen, that is definitely the one that I am most looking forward to above all else. There's also that really cool game that the guys from Shovel Knight are working on, which is also like a ninja game. That comes much later. We'll talk about that another time. Anyway, point is, those are the games for April. That's what I'm looking forward to. And if you guys want to see any of that on the channel, then by all means let me know. Maybe I can kind of cover some of those if that's something you would be interested in seeing. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. I guess I probably should also say that Final Fantasy X and X-2 also comes out on April 16th. So, don't hate me. I'm not really a Final Fantasy guy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here. But once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.